Hello, welcome back to the Harvest Cardigan tutorial knit along. And so we're carrying on with the setting up of the yoke. For this part of the tutorial you are going to need 4 stitch markers. So, or different coloured yarn just tied into a little loop, so you could use that instead, that would be fine. So what we're going to do is find the end that we're going to carry on from. And first of all, you might want to just pause this video for a moment and just go through the setup row where it says at the bottom of your pattern, the wrong side, where it says knit to marker. If you want to just go through and just highlight all of the number of stitches you need, because there's so many different ones, you might like to just sort that out so you know as we go. So if you want to stop the video now, that would be a good opportunity for you to do that. Okay, so we're going to knit to the first marker. And then we're going to just take that marker over, purl 3, so that marker's indicating where your knit stitches are going to be. Then we're going to purl 3, and then place another marker. And then this is where you need to find how many stitches for your size. So I'm going to purl 23. So when you've finished that section, place your next marker, and then I need to purl 47. So that is my 46, 47. And then place marker. And then another 23 to even it up to the other side. So that's my 23. Place another marker and purl 3. And that will bring us back to the other marker that's already there. So slip that one over and then knit those last stitches. Get all my markers out of the way. I'm just going to knit across these. Okay, turn in the page of your pattern. We're going to knit to the first marker. So turn it round. So going back again. So we're going to do knit to the first marker. Slip that marker over and then knit to the first stitch before the next marker. And then we've got to make 1, knit 2, make 1. So make 1, so we're going to pick up 1 in between, just a piece between, and hook it on, and then we are going to knit into the front of this. So if you use this finger to push the yarn towards you, it'll make it easier to slip that needle in and knit that stitch. And then we need to knit 2, so knit that one, pass the marker over, knit the next one, and then we're going to pick up one again, so just hook that yarn, and then we're going to knit this one in the back. It is a bit fiddly, you might have to pull that yarn out a bit, but just slip that needle in the back of there and knit that one. And then we're going to knit across to one before the next marker. So just go across. These are your increases for your raglan sleeves that we're creating here. So when we're doing the increases, I generally do a forward one first and then the back one. So just going up to that next marker, so one before the marker, so we're picking up just a loose thread, hooking it over, and then pushing that yarn forward and just hooking that needle through and knitting it. Knit 1, pass the marker over, knit another one, pick up again from in the middle there, hook it over your needle, and then push that needle, as I say, comes up. I tend to use my finger now to like pull it out a little bit to help put that in there to do that other stitch. And then we're going to knit across again to the next marker and do the same thing again. So we're one stitch in front again, so we're going to hook that in between onto that needle and then put it through to do a knit stitch, knit 1, pass the marker over, knit another one, pick up that yarn, put it over and knit into the back, that one, and carrying on again to the next marker. So we're going to be stopping one stitch before the marker again. So hooking up to make a stitch, knit in the front, knit 1, pass the marker over, knit another one, hook a piece of square up again and go into the back of that stitch, knit that one, and then carry on knitting to the end. And that is row 1 on page 3. Row 1 done. Row 2 is knit to the first marker and then purl to the last marker and then knit till end. So a nice easy one for the return journey. So we're knitting this first garter panel first to the first marker. Oh, got my horse all caught up. So I'm going to slip that marker across. Take that yarn to the front because we're going to be purling all the way till the last marker now, the last garter edge. So I hope you're getting on well. This is a bit different, this starting off to ones I've done before, but it's quite interesting. I am quite looking forward to some TV knitting though, now we've got it set up and we know what we're doing. I would love to know what yarn you're using and how you're getting on. So if you're on Instagram, please leave any photos on hashtag #SimplyKnitCal because I'd love to see them. If you have any questions that you need answering, then if you leave them in the comments below, I will get back to you as soon as I can and we can sort out any problems you're having. Hopefully you're not having problems. That's the idea. But if there's anything you're unsure about, if you leave me a comment, then I will get back to you as fast as I can and give you a hand. So I'm just past halfway, I think, of my purl stitches. We have got, this is part of a 4-row repeat, so I should be leaving you to do those after we've got the gist of what we're doing. Really, it's just those increasing those stitches is the main thing, because as I say, that's the raglan that's what's going to form your sleeves, so we want that to look nice and neat and uniform because you're going to see that. pass that next marker over when you get to it. Keep going purling. It's just that last section that we'll be knitting for the garter edge. Pass the next marker, and we're purling those few little ones in there as well. Pass over the next marker. This is where we take the yarn to the back of the work because we're going to be knitting those last ones. Oh, we've got seashells and things there in the way. So just knit these few. And that is row 2 done. Right, I just successfully knocked the camera over, sorry. Row 3, knit to the first marker, knit 2, make 1. Okay, so we're going to knit to the first marker. Slip that marker, knit 2, make 1, so pick one up in between and put it on and knit that one to make 1. Knit to 1 stitch before raglan marker. So I'm knitting just 1, you might be different. Make 1, so we're going to pick one up like we did from the middle, place it over the top, knit that first one, and then we're going to knit 2, 1, move marker, 2, pick up from between again, knit the back, then going to knit to the next marker, so just like before, it's 1 stitch before the marker. So we're going to pick up between to make a stitch, pop it on top, knit that, knit the next one, pass the marker over, knit 1, make a stitch by lifting that one up and put it on top, knit into the back of that stitch, and then go to the next one to do the same. This is across the back, so we've got more stitches to knit for this one. So one stitch before the marker again, pick up that loop, pop it on, knit that stitch, knit the next stitch, pass the marker over, knit the next stitch, make one by picking that up again, knit into the back of this stitch, and then knit along to the next marker, one before the marker, pick up that loop, pop it on, knit it, knit the next one, pass the marker over, knit the next one, pick up that loop, pop it on, knit into the back. Knit to 2 stitches before the next marker, and we need to make one again, and knit 2, and then knit to the end. Pass that marker over. Oops, got attached. So that is row 3 complete. On to row 4. So we're going to do the same as we did for row 2. So knit to the first marker. I've got a nice blue coming through now, different colour. So knit to the first marker, pass that one over, then purl to the last marker. So all we're doing is the garter stitch for these, so I need to put that yarn forward to do my purl. Slip in the markers as we go. So all we're going to do after this row is repeat those last 4 rows. I shall put them in I shall repeat them in an easier way below this video, if that helps you to keep on track with what you're doing. It's got how many times you need to do that for your size, so you need to check that out. I shall be doing it for 6 times for my size, and it tells you what your stitch count should be for that. Then you will move on to the next part. If you're doing the smaller sizes, you do not need to do rows 5, 6, 7 and 8. Otherwise you do. Please check with the sizing to see if you need to do that. So if when you've finished doing the repeats of the 4 rows, if you go down and you need to do the other ones, which I'm doing because I'm doing an adult size and it says I need to do 5, 6, 7 and 8, so I should be doing those as well. And it's just the same thing as we're doing on here, so I won't be doing a video for that, but I shall make a note of it underneath this video if you are confused. But I think it's quite straightforward, and so I don't need to do that part because it's just repeating really what we're doing here, but just a few slightly different to set you up for the different sizes. So the next video I shall be doing will be to separate the sleeves and the body, and that will be next Friday. Once again, if you're doing this after we've finished all these, the knit along, then these videos will be in a playlist so you can do them at your own speed. And I shall put the playlist below, as and when it becomes available. It is easier for me when I'm helping you, when you are doing it at the same time as me, because obviously I'm literally just knitting it as you are, so I've just been through the step. So it's easier for me to know what might have gone wrong and how to help you. But if this is like a year, 2 years time, then please still comment on this video and I shall still help you with whatever you need. Or it may already been asked. It's well worth, if there's already comments below, if you have got a problem, then I might have already answered it in the comments below, so please have a little look through there to see, because you might then, that'll be an immediate response. You won't have to wait for me to get back to you. So we're pulling all the way along, and I'm just coming up to the very last marker. Slipping the last mark, I've taken that yarn to the back because then we're going to be knitting on that garter edge. that is it. Turn it around the right way. So we've got our garter edge neckband, and then we're just starting to do knitting down the back and this over the shoulders. So as I say, I shall leave it there. If you just follow the pattern for your size to how many times you need to repeat those 4 rows. Obviously, if you're unsure of what you're doing, you can repeat watching this video, because it will just be the same 4 rows, so that would help you if you need it for the increases. And so I shall wish you good luck. I'm here if you need me. So thank you for playing along. I hope you are enjoying the experience. As I say, I think once you might think that the increases are a little difficult at the moment if you're not used to it, but after doing it a couple more times, I'm sure you'll find you get into the rhythm of it and it'll be fine. So I shall see you in a week's time on Friday for the next tutorial for separating the sleeves and the body, and we shall have some more fun then. So thanks for spending time with me, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye for now.